Every 5 years, Congress updates our nation's farm bill, our farm policy. This is legislation that covers everything from agriculture to water and wastewater projects. I have not historically been supportive of the Farm Bill. This nationwide approach really has not worked for us in Alaska. We certainly don't have big agribusiness in Alaska, and so for me, getting to a level of support for the Farm Bill just was not where I could be. So this year I charged my team to look at the Farm Bill differently. Let's look at agriculture in Alaska. Let's have our own ag bill, an Alaska ag bill that is focused on some of the perhaps more unique aspects of agriculture in our state. So I've introduced a bill that is called the Food Security, Housing, and Sanitation Improvements in Rural, Remote, and Frontier Areas Act. It's a pretty long name, it's pretty comprehensive, but I've worked with many Alaska stakeholders as we've crafted this. We have weighed in with food security experts, with farmers, with ranchers, with fishermen, reindeer herders, and agriculture researchers. We've brought in tribal leaders, housing experts, as well as internet providers. We go into a fair amount of detail in my bill to address priorities that will increase food security. This is an imperative around the state. We work to maintain conservation efforts, expand opportunities for trade, improve rural development, and really work to push out on research initiatives. We encourage local agriculture in the bill, recognizing that, again, it's on a much smaller scale than you might have on big farms in the lower 48. We recognize that in Alaska, our farmers may look a little bit different. Our fishermen are essentially many times farmers of the sea. Instead of ranchers, we have herders with our reindeer. So recognizing some of the unique aspects of Alaska is what we tried to help address. But we seek to meet rural and urban food challenges, to increase the quality and quantity of homegrown produce, to help communities and individuals respond to the challenges as well as the opportunities that we see presented by a changing climate, and really to support those who grow our food. And it's not just focused on the agriculture side, because the Farm Bill goes broader than that. It also focuses on water issues. So our bill highlights the need for greater access to clean drinking water and safe sanitation, as well as housing. We also recognize that, again, when we think about farming, it's not just the great things that come from our soil, like our incredible carrots that are loaded with sugar, the peonies that we grow that are world-class, but our potatoes, our barley. So the richness that comes from the soil is one thing, but again, oftentimes our waters are our farms as well. So my legislation recognizes fishermen as ranchers of the sea. We require the FDA to mandate labeling of genetically engineered salmon. We call it frankenfish. But this is done to protect our wild salmon and ensures that consumers know what they're feeding their families. This is an effort that I've been engaged in for a long time, and we're going to continue to require that if in fact these genetically engineered fish should be allowed to go forward, that you will know whether or not that is genetically modified. That mandatory labeling must be put in place. So we've tried to address, again, the unique challenges that we see in Alaska when it comes to food and food security, again, as well as water, housing, and ensuring that coming together to ensure that we have strong families, healthy communities, that we'll see success with our Arctic Ag Bill.